At Chamba in the Nanumba North Municipality of the Northern Region, residents are impatiently waiting to have their road fixed. Ninga Mwan Kambuan is the chairman of the Yam Sellers and Drivers Union in Chamba.
Nsoni to say the baby and nsoni enya bridge mfamu nsoni ba dasa na afa kwa no say the obi antemi mfa de omu nyina do afon wa wantemi nko uya mistake abaka nsemu ye de ya ha nyina ye de tu abanim say one boy.
The 17.5-kilometer Woodlands Chamba Road was cut off at the peak of the rainy season last year. As that part of the season approaches, residents dread being cut off again.
No man, the old baya quadrum, one to me and qua, when you know, Waboka. Then Baba was a quite fan of Benyascatia. It is a ben boy, no more by your queen in my. And yes, idea, you say no, I talk a class A. I say na do I busu in the year, and then send the Baba more, and send the Anyas start to say about toi, every day be I was to talk about saying so you know, by you quite way, say the nyina omodo aha ne de omaka ne no de omo baba di dwa no mumba akrafo mumba na say de so de na makwadwo mo wonya de obato a say na obaye no ma no.
Chamba has an important yam market which attracts traders from across the country. This makes the road a very important one. Fortunately, this road was awarded to a contractor on 1st June 2018 and was due to be completed in 18 months. In August 2019, more than a year after the contract was awarded, work is yet to begin. The people of Chamba have doubts about the competence of the contractor.
No mobile mo pe contractor papa no ma ba ye kwan anya la contractor for we mo di mo mo dia kwan we mo ba ye mo ba twa de akwama se wo ya awie ani so start to top ana kwan mo ba di mo sika akọ ohun fi di mo ye so to afi ba ko pe na ayi na sa kwan na sa sai oba wo se bridges no mo ya ye.
This is the contract for the construction of this road. How I came by this contract is both intriguing and disturbing.
Shoddy work and the problematic execution of government projects have their roots in the procurement process that lead to the award of the contracts. Daniel Domelevo is the Auditor General of Ghana.
If you have gone through or perused our audit reports, you will see that all the reports have gotten issues to do with procurement, different forms and shapes of procurement-related offenses. Sometimes, which you and me are used to, they construct a road which can barely last for a year. And you ask yourself, are we getting value for money? And all this has continued for a very long time because of lack of oversight in the country.
Over the years, the PPA, which was established to curb procurement infractions and fraud, has been accused of complicity in the promotion of these infractions.
There was no due diligence, there was no price, reasonableness checks. So if you want to buy a car, let's say you want to buy a Land Cruiser, and then you put in your application that you want to go and buy your Land Cruiser at $230,000. The price was not an issue. They look at it, they say, oh, this institution, Ministry of Works and Housing wants to go and buy a Land Cruiser for the minister or deputy minister at the cost of $230,000. The $230,000 was not touched. They'll look at it and say, oh, the minister needs a car, so the approval is given.
Under the Akufo-Addo administration, however, the Public Procurement Authority has been hailed as the shining light by the government as a protector of the public purse.
Government has also made, in 2017, significant savings of some 800 million cedis in government procurement as we depart from sole sourcing as the primary method of public procurement. That departure will strengthen our public finances and make it possible for us to finance our development ourselves.
Honorable Speaker.
While presenting the 2019 Media Budget Review, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta celebrated the PPA's achievement.
Candidate Akufo-Addo promised to protect the public purse, and that's exactly what we've been doing at the Treasury. To highlight that point, Mr. Speaker, in a space of 31 months, by reviewing contracts that we either sole source or procured through restrictive tender, the Akufo-Addo administration has made savings of 2.75 billion. When it comes to how taxpayers' money have been managed, the facts, Mr. Speaker, speak loudly. We believe it is very important on days like this that we show to the people of Ghana that this government, their government, the Akufo-Addo government, the New Patriotic Party government, your government, spends the taxes you pay for your benefit and for the benefit of the collective.
You talked about savings that were made, and some people out there, including myself, have questions about it. Is it possible to get a list of the contracts that came and how much you saved on each one of them, so we can also make an independent calculation and confirm what PPA and then the Finance Ministry have put out there?
Yeah, sure. The data is available. And so as a follow-up, if you, after this interview, if you book an appointment, I will link you up to get the relevant data so you can also do the calculation and know the source from where these analyses are made.
After the interview, I wrote officially requesting the information. A response signed by the legal director and board secretary of the PPA said the PPA could not give the information to me because it would infringe on the PPA's confidentiality obligation. Interestingly, the PPA is supposed to publish such restrictive tendering and single-source procurement contracts on the authority's website. In fact, some of the contracts are on the PPA's website, but the PPA would not give out the specific contracts from which it claims to have made the savings. So what is confidential about contracts which the PPA is supposed to publish and actually publishes on its website? The Public Procurement Authority, under the leadership of Ejenim Boateng Ejay, popularly known as ABAJ, has won many national and international awards for its achievements.
Awards have been many. I wish I knew that you mentioned the awards. Perhaps I would have displayed a couple of the plaques. But the recent award that the Public Procurement Authority won was through the hard work and kind of innovation that we have brought into the public procurement landscape. Not only recognized here at home, but it's mostly recognized by researchers across the globe. So we picked an award in Berlin last 2 months, that was in June, from the European Research Society.
With the news of significant savings and the national and international accolades, it appears the era of procurement irregularities is a thing of the past. My investigation, however, reveals a disturbing trade in government contracts. Even more disturbing are those behind it. There is a group of companies off the Manet Junction on the Spintex Road in Accra called the TDL Group. Talent Discovery Limited is its flagship company. This company has nothing to do with the discovery and development of talents, as the name might suggest. This is where the fates of the Chamba Road and other government contracts are held. Talent Discovery Limited is alleged to be using its political connections to win government contracts and then sell them. So the purpose of this trip to Talent Discovery Limited is to establish two things: that this company actually wins government contracts, and two, that it sells these contracts to prospective buyers. So you'll be dealing with them, not with your real name, of course. So you'll be called Richard Kumadra, and the plan is that you have a brother called Joseph Kumadra, who is currently in the United States. He has a business called K-Dra Enterprise, and K-Dra Enterprise is a sole proprietorship that does supplies. You have heard that they have contracts for sale, and you would want to know whether it is true and if you can buy some. Currently, I know there is a contract they are selling for 30,000 cedis. I think it's one of the least contracts they have. We are not going to go with any money. Our intention is not to give them money, but to, one, ascertain that they have contracts, and to get some documentary evidence that they are selling these contracts. And the evidence is important because like witches, they say you don't catch a witch with an empty hand.
Well, good morning. Everything cool. I'm at the command end. Okay, I'm here.
So what is your company name?
Richard Kumadra met the general manager of the TDL group, Thomas Amwa. Mr. Amwa signs the contracts on behalf of TDL. He took notes on our fake business and proceeded to talk about the number of contracts at hand.
There have been people interested in the project. Actually, some have dropped checks.
Okay.
But I am key to people like this project.
Okay.
Because if it goes wrong, it tarnishes the image of your company.
Okay. Okay.
So they are outstanding buyers because the terms of it is very, very favorable. And everybody will want to do it.
Okay.
The contract
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
the $158,000.
$158,000.
Okay, so you can read through.
Okay. Okay. That's what it was. Is it possible to have one of these when I'm here?
Then if we sign all necessary agreements.
Okay. Okay.
Because somebody is actually interested and want to pay to this.
Okay. I am as well very much interested. Very much interested.
I keep saying that.
Yeah.
Everybody can say I am interested, but the one to commit himself is the one.
He would not part with any document until payment was made. He said there was a non-refundable registration fee of 5,000 cedis for any business wanting to do business with Talent Discovery Limited, but the registration could be waived if we were prepared to pay the full price of the contracts he was selling.
For us, we have something we call Suppliers and Contractors Registration Form.
Okay.
Any contractor we engage in pay a fee of 5,000 cedis
Okay.
to register with us. What happens is that when that amount is paid, anytime there is an award of projects, we open up to the supplier or the contractor to hear from you if the supplier is interested. There are cases we can come into a negotiation on percentage-wise, and then even use the supplier's company details for a direct contract award.
Okay.
So that is what we do.
Okay.
So once we sign or the contractor register with us, we are good to give any information
Okay.
we have to be able to, and then we work.
Good. Okay.
Richard tried, but he had to leave without any documents because the general manager insisted no document would change hands until money changed hands.
You said the registration is 5,000 cedis. Okay, so without that we cannot proceed with any further engagement. Okay.
Yes, of course, you have, what is it, the outright
purchasing amount. Okay.
Were then compelled to pay the registration fee of 5,000 cedis and a 10,000 cedis deposit to secure copies of a contract.
The 10,000 I'm going to give you is not for any specific project for now. I'm just going to give you as a deposit, so that when we make a decision, on which of the contracts we want to execute, then we can then do the top up and then we finalize. Okay, so this is the check.
I trust.
Alright, we can.
The general manager revised the terms of the contract he was initially selling for 30,000 cedis. The total sum of the contract was 158,900 cedis, awarded to Talent Discovery Limited by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority to supply one mobile column lift for the Takoradi port.
The form is quite detailed.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to fill it here or if you want to take it down and submit it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Would it take a long time?
It will depend on you.
Okay. Okay.
So now that I know that I have engagement with you, then I can open things up.
Exactly. Okay, then I will take it. I'll take it away, fill it, and then bring it. So.
Abigail, please get me a copy of this and the Santa Maria drinks. And then the mobile column lift, Ghana Port. If you have funds,
yeah.
That is if you have agent.
Okay.
The ministry is on my neck.
Okay.
There is this project.
Yeah.
It was awarded to us to go and do Santa Maria.
Okay.
Drainage.
Wow.
But Dr. Okoboy wants us to tackle his end, which is Teshi.
I mean the roots. Oh.
No, the same drain.
The same drains, okay. Okay.
So I'm going to check the site.
Okay.
So any contractor who comes in, I actually sold it to somebody.
Okay.
What is happening? The person don't have the funds to carry the project.
Okay.
Okay, that is what is happening.
Okay.
So I've agreed with the person, I will sell it to another person who have the funds.
Okay.
And give him his refund. Initial deposit he paid.
Okay.
Which is agreed.
Okay.
So that side we don't have.
You don't have issues. Okay. Okay.
And then I have secured another dormitory project at Abugo.
Okay.
Which I'm going to take site possession tomorrow.
Okay.
That one is also there.
Okay.
Another two story dormitory at Sabalungu also in the pipeline coming.
Okay.
So there are a couple of projects.
Okay.
Mobile column lift is also there. Somebody came to deposit. Abigail, how much the person got? 5,000.
Okay.
Instead of 25.
25, okay. Okay.
So the whole thing we were looking at 30.
Okay.
But as at yesterday the amount revised. Because we realized that even in the market you can get it for around 50k.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So we are now looking at 50.
Okay.
So 50 if the person do 25 upfront.
Okay.
The balance 25 will be paid when the mobilization funds comes in.
Okay.
Because there is a mobilization of 63,000 Ghana.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Which I have put in the requisition. I'm doing it with public balance.
The mobilization is 63.
Yes, because the